All right, so in this step, I'm going to show you how powerful the Hyperflow CRM is when we inject AI into the personalized emails and text messages. So I'm going to create a sequence, and we're going to create this from form to injecting AI based on the form data. And we are going to have AI write a personalized email subject line, an email body, and a text message. And then we're going to inject that into the email that goes out custom to each user that fills out the form and to the person who is receiving the text who also filled out the form. And we're going to show how powerful this is. I've already got a prompt built out, so I'll showcase that and show you guys how long it needs to be, go through the details of what needs to happen there, and how quickly and easy you can build all this out in our Hyperflow CRM. So we're going to start by going into the database and we're going to do a form. And we're going to say that this is a form to purchase a vehicle. All right, so before I do this, we're going to say contact us about vehicle you are interested in. This is actually a system that I've built out for a dealership, and they have been getting phenomenal results with people coming in to negotiate for the car that they're looking for because of the personalized email and text. So we're not going to do anything crazy or fancy. We're going to put in, actually, I'm just going to screw it. I'm not going to do an advanced layout. We're just going to do first name, last name, email, phone number, and address. Advanced address. Okay. And then we're going to go in with the vehicle type that they're looking for. So we're going to customize this. And we're going to be specific here. We want them to put in the year, the make, and the model so that we know that we have it in stock. And if we don't, we still want to be to the point where we can customize this and make them excited about it. So because we're injecting AI, we're going to put this property field name as descriptive as we can because the AI is reading this back-end field data. So we need to make sure that they know what the AI knows what we're talking about, vehicle details. So we're just going to put vehicle details there. Save it. Now we're going to come in here and we're going to get them to get really descriptive, right? I want them, tell us how you will use the vehicle. Travel, work, personal, local use, etc. And we want to get them to give us some information. Boom. So now we have all of their information. We know where they live, and we are going to get what vehicle they're looking at and how they're going to use the vehicle. All right. So now I'm going to save this. And actually, let's go into settings. I want to go ahead and show you just how everything can happen here. Now, I like to use Lux. We're going to say we have to opt in for email, SMS, and we're going to do calls because now we can inject this data and have the AI use this information to call them and have a conversation as well. But for now, we're just going to do the form, and I'm going to show you how to inject this into email and text messages, and then from there, you'll kind of get the idea. So we're going to do a vehicle request form for dealerships, and I don't care if my capital letters or where they need to be the formatting. It doesn't matter. This is for my use case in the CRM only. So now we're going to come in here and we're going to create an automation, and our trigger is going to be based off of form submission. All right, so form submission, and then I'm going to choose the form. So now all that data is going to be accessible here. So again, every time I do this, I look up a contact, and we're going to do this based on first name, last name, and email. And we're going to save. And that's going to merge it if we already have them in the CRM. So now we are going to pull that data out of here, but we're going to put it into the custom LLM step. So here's where I have my prompt. So this is the instructions. So I've got a really long prompt that I have over here. Let me copy it. And we're going to paste it in here as plain text so it keeps the formatting. So I'm going to read it to you. Write an email and a text message that work together to vividly paint a picture of the prospect driving their new car around a beautiful location near their home. Use the following details: full name, date of birth, address, car model of interest, use case for purchase. So now all of these are going to be variables, right? So now I'm going to pull this data out and we're going to go to the form. We're going to put first name, space, last name. So now we have their name. We have their date of birth. I don't think I put that on the form, did I? I did not put that on the form. So we'll come back to that. Take their address. And we'll insert their address. Street, space. Man, my formatting sucks. Street, city, state. That's all we need there. And now we're going to put the car model of interest. And again, we got that in the form. So what vehicle are we interested in? And use case. How do you plan on using the vehicle? Okay. So now we have all of this customized in here. I need to save this really quickly. Okay. And we're going to save this automation. And we're going to do okay, so I'm just going to name this personalized vehicle information contacts because it's going to be email and SMS, so it doesn't matter. And you saw that thing connected and that was ugly. Doesn't matter. I need to go back to the form, database forms, and I need to add a date of birth. Let's see if it's in here. It is not. So we're going to put in here a date. And we're going to save it. Okay. So now we've got the date in there for the date of birth. And you know what? I don't like that format. So I'm going to delete that. And we're just going to put this in here as a basic. And we're going to put a text field in here. And we're going to put this here as date of birth. And I'm doing this because with the way this works, this is just going to be easier as a format for the AI to read, and it's just going to make the process so much smoother. So now that we've done that, we're going to exit out of this, we're going to go back to our automation, and we're going to go right here. So now we're going to grab this and we're going to put in the date of birth. So boom, date of birth, now we have it. So start the email with a warm, personalized greeting using their first name to create a friendly and welcoming tone. Introduce the car model they are interested in, and then describe a vivid scene with them driving through the scenic location near their home and address. So, boom. So we're going to put this as city and state. Use descriptive sensory language to bring the experience of life, like the feel of the leather seats, the sound of the engine, the smoothness of the ride, or the view of a favorite location landmark to drive by. Mention specific places or routes they might know, such as a nearby park, beach, or scenic road, to make the narrative feel personal and relevant. Highlight how this car perfectly fits their needs, whether it's for daily commutes, family outings, or weekend getaways. Conclude the email by inviting them to come in for a test drive or to reach out if they have any questions or need information. We're going to add something else here. and we're going to make assumptions about the type of person that would buy that vehicle. Maybe it's a family who's buying a van, and we're thinking, hey, we want this family to go on family trips, or maybe how easy it's going to be to take their kids and drop them off at the school line, different things like that. And I'm going to test this first. I didn't give it any of that context. So I may need to go in and increase the context here and really get descriptive of how we want to do this. But off the bat, I'm going to let the AI do its thing, and we're going to see how it reacts, and then we can tweak it as we go. Then it goes down here to the text message. The text message should reference the email to create a seamless follow-up. Start with a friendly, engaging greeting and mention the email you just sent. For example, hey, first name. So now we're going to remove this, and we're going to add our variable in here. So variable first name. I just sent you an email with a little story about how amazing it would be to drive the new car model. And this one I'm not sure I like, because that variable has year, make, and model in it. And let's add a little bit more to this, right? So we're just going to say do not include the year, right? We don't need that for the personalization. They know what year they chose. But I do like the make and model, and we can see how this comes out. And then the local scenic location, that's not a variable that we put in there. So we'll see what the AI pulls out of this. I'm not sure how I'm going to like that, but we'll see what it does. Check it out when you have a moment. I think you'll love imagining yourself behind the wheel. If you have any questions or want to schedule a test drive, just reply here to give us a call. Keep the tone warm, enthusiastic, and conversational. The text should feel like a natural extension of the email, encouraging them to read it and continue the conversation. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull out the variables here. So this is going to be email subject. Put the email here. And we're going to copy this so it all matches. Paste it. Add a new. Email body. Put it here. And then we're going to do the text response. Okay, so now we have our instructions, we have our variables, and we are going to save this. Okay, so now we have to realign everything. We're going to delete these, and we're going to put this here, and we're going to build out an email and a text. Right, so now we're going to send an email. So here, the subject line, all we have to do is go to step output, and we do email subject. So this is going to be personalized to every single person that does this. Sender name is going to be the contact owner, which would be me, which in this case, I'm just going to put Maverick Auto Sales. And then we're going to go to edit the email. Oh, and I forgot one thing here. So let's save this. It's not going to let me. So let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to insert the merge field, and we're going to do step output, and we're going to put email body. And we are then going to go and put the signature. So what I forgot was in my prompt for the custom LLM, we need to say do not put the signature, because I want to do that custom every time. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go to the text body. Do not include a signature, and we're going to save it. So we don't have any data in here yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we can fill out that form. Yeah, we're just going to fill out that form. So I'll show you exactly how to test this, but I'm going to show you the SMS step next. So now we're going to do an SMS, right? So now all we have to do is hit this little plus button and the step output, and we're going to do the text response. And that's it. And we have to format it a little bit, make sure everything works. But contact phone number, going from the default phone number, and we'll save it. And that is it. We have now created a custom AI generated email and text message based on the form submission. So now we're going to save this, we're going to publish it, and we're going to go fill out this form. Okay, so we're going to go to the database and forms, and we are going to see this is linked to this automation now. We're going to open this, and we're going to copy this to the clipboard, and we're going to go to the form, and we're going to paste it there, and we're going to fill this out. So we're going to call this test. No, you know what? Let's go with the real name. Let's go with mine. Ross McCamey, and we're going to go Ross at mavsolutions.io, and date of birth 10/10/1977, and a phone number 123-123-1234. And we're going to go, actually, you know what? Let's do this. 704 269 6399. We'll do the business number here, and the address will go let's do 1234. South Tryon Street, North Carolina, and I don't know what the zip code is there, so we're just throwing in. And I want to look at let's go with the 2023 Tesla Cybertruck. I will use this as a daily driver, but we plan to camp with it, and we'll use it for longer trips. And we're submitting. So now we submit this, and it's going to fire off the automation. And it takes a little bit on the form submission because it's firing that automation, but that's okay. So now we're going to go to the automation here. And as you can see, it fired everything off. Okay, so we can see that it ran the LLM, sent the email, sent the text, and that was it. Okay, so now let's go to our database, and now you can see that Ross McCamey is in here. Okay. So you can see here, hi Ross, I just sent you an email with a little story about how amazing it would be to drive the new Tesla Cybertruck around Lake Norman. Check it out when you have a moment. I think you'll love imagining yourself behind the wheel. If you have any questions or want to schedule a test drive, just reply here or give us a call. And we can actually add a delay step on this so that is going to be more personalized. And as you can see, we don't have an email set up in this account, so I want to show you in the automation what this looks like. Now that we've done this and we have data, I can pull all this in, which is really cool. So, actually, that's a lie. I can't. Let's see if I run this. It's not going to pull any data. The other cool part about this is you can run these scenarios right here. Since it doesn't have any of my data, I'm going to hard code this in. Okay. In. I already ran a test over here without the hard code, and you can see it put in some variables here, so we went ahead and hard coded everything in. And all we have to do to check this is we run it right here. And if you recall back in the automation stage, I have all of these as variables now, the email subject, the email body, and the text response. So now let's read this. Discover the adventure awaits with the Tesla Cybertruck. Hi Ross, I hope this message finds you well. I couldn't help but think about how perfect the 2023 Cybertruck would be for your lifestyle. Picture this. It's a sunny Saturday morning and you're cruising through the winding roads of Blue Ridge Parkway, just a couple hours away from Charlotte. The premium leather seats embrace you as smooth electric hum of the engine effortlessly propels you forward. The panoramic windows offer a stunning view of the vibrant, full foliage with bursts of red and orange trees lining the roadside. We're going into fall, so that's even more perfect right now as it's talking to us about what we're about to witness with the trees changing. As you drive, you catch a glimpse of the majestic Linville Falls in the distance, the mist rising up as the water crashes down the rocks, inviting you to stop and explore. You're not just in a car, you're in an adventure mobile, perfectly equipped for your daily commute, family camping trips, and long weekend getaways. The spacious cargo area ensures you can pack up all the gear you need for the upcoming camping expedition on a road trip down the Carolina coast. Imagine returning home after a day of exploring, feeling refreshed and eager to share stories of the journey with your family. The Cybertruck is not just a vehicle, it's a spacious, capable companion that suits your active lifestyle. I'd love for you to experience the shining vision of for yourself, so why not come in and test drive? Feel free to reach out if you have any questions or need more information. Then we have the text response that goes with it. Hi Ross, I just sent you an email with a little story about how amazing it would be to test drive the new Cybertruck around the Blue Ridge Parkway. Check it out when you have a moment. I think you'll love imagining yourself behind the wheel. If you have any questions or want to schedule a test drive, just reply here or give us a call. So now think about that. Every email is personalized to what they said they're looking for in a vehicle, what their use case is. You can't do this without injecting AI into these things. So now instead of these being hard coded in, these are going to be variables in the system that send these out every time someone fills this out. Not just the fact that you're going to convert more, how much time does this save instead of sending that personal email and spending 20, 30 minutes crafting it and then sending the text message follow up with it? Everything goes out the way you want it to, directly in an automated response that is custom to every single customer, making them feel like you truly care about them. So this is how you use AI injected into email and SMS in order to drastically increase your sales and drive customer engagement.